Alright, I'm back. It's been a little bit since I've played last, but I do remember at some point we've gone to the east reef. I remember hopping across this and going to both of these sites. Ellery is talking to us. I believe we don't really know what we are. An automaton, a nice friend. We have... I don't remember her name. In the med bay. The mermaid. I'm not sure what a generator does or if I clicked anything. Great. Activate sonar. Sure, why not? And then in terms of the files, I assume I've read this, but if not, Minae, this is who it was, Minae, like a sister to us. And that's number 6. We're the only ones on the planet, and she's understanding why she brought her here. Excellent. The comm signal is down, and we have to figure out where to go. This is our suit. It doesn't have anything in it right now. Some of these things do stuff. I think it might be good to have a suit spore with us if I can remember correctly. It has some stuff to help with oxygen and power. That one might not be bad to have around. And this one. Good enough for now. I believe this is where we're headed, and I might have died on the way here last time. You have to kind of go around. I think I got lost. We'll try our best. What does it say? The Baikal site. Yes. Another facility sits at the center of the bloom. Beneath the rocky shelf, ecology data. It is labeled Site 2. It's the only one that's lighting up. I remember we went down this way. Alright, I'm just gonna assume this is where we're going and hope for the best. Hopefully I remember along the way. So, it has been a little bit since I was last out here, out and about. You know, lots of things going on in life, mostly just work. So, it's good to be back. I hope I'm going in the right direction. Or else I'm gonna cut all of this out until we get to the base, because I'm pretty sure I died getting here last time. So if we do have that problem, I won't put you through that sort of misery again. Okay, I've gotten back to a hole somewhere in the ground. It looks like I've been here before, but I remember I got kind of far before I realized. It It looks like I've been here before. Clogged tank. This shattered tank is dense with microbes. Thick green webs of growth stretch across the suit's visor, turning the lamp acid green. Do we keep going down? Oh, this is new. Excellent. Tank breach. How did this towering metal container split apart so violently? An accident or something more? I'm so pleased that I've made it back, alright. I was ready to have to rewatch the old videos to figure out where I was. The tank stands in a huge hall. Its pipes lead off into the darkness. This facility was not built to study the planet, but to change it. These wide pipes look to have been connected to the hall's tanks. They must have controlled the outflow of whatever was produced here. You've got a video log? These pipes, those tanks, this facility was outputting huge volumes in the atmosphere, seeing a massive pressure spike. This has to have been a geoengineering project, a way of changing Gliese. But looking at this place, it suffered a total collapse. What went wrong? Let's see. So we've gone to the other sites and found Minae and suits. Let's keep looking around a little bit more. Some corroded walls. Ooh, I'm about to die again. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Please let this have oxygen in it. Bloom bubble. Oh, yes. It has something for me. This game was not meant to be read and poured over slowly. Central archway, a tall passage between the two halls, the facility. This place must have been impressive when it was in full operation. This central tank has held back the sand and rock, but it leans unsettledly forward into the hall. Let's go around left. A corridor leads forward. Split containers, crushed by the rockfall. Broken open containers reveal rich patches of microbial growth, like miniature gardens. I forgot we have to wait for it. Decrypting. Control. I'm slicing it before it cascades. Clear the reactor chamber and bacterial outflow. It's about to hit. A row of corroded consoles wired up to an umbilical connection, which has been cut away. Say suit. Overgrown suit. A sand-dusted chair props up the remains of a suit. Faceplate clouded with green growth. A fully sealed tank rises up through the center of the hall. Its sheer sides streak the growth from the southern tank. The connection between the console and the tank is sliced clean through. Is this what stopped it from breaching? A rising wall of sand leans heavily against the tank, bearing tons of equipment. Really doesn't let you do anything else than wait for this. Yes, sir. Atmospheric density is increasing ahead schedule. Please inform the board. They will be pleased. A large access hatch to the floor above lies open, its ladder corroded, twisty, rusty spine. The rows of sand-choked desks, rusted consoles, and dim monitors make it clear this was a facility's control room. Eroded bones, preserved by the low flow of water inside the control room, the smothered out shapes of human bones are scattered across the floor. Here, this is where they controlled this place once. They were changing this planet, manipulating these vast tanks of engineered microbes. They were their tools. Algae changed the atmosphere of Earth billions of years ago, and these creatures were meant to do the same. But by accident or sabotage, this containment was breached. These idiots, they could have killed every last species on this planet, eaten up in a global bloom. Somehow, the reef survived. Somehow, the stocks held on, tried to revert our mistake. Humans don't deserve this planet. We didn't deserve to find life. I've seen enough. Scan what's left and I'll take a look back at base. Let's find a way out of here. I waited for that thing. Constantine, what are you? Step away from the console. I'm sorry. Oh no. Tank is breached. Artificers. I didn't mean. I think I wrote a note somewhere about Constantine. I do take notes when I take these big breaks. I'll take a look when we're back at the base before I actually die again. The control room evacuation hatch hangs open. Piles of rocks stand all around. There's more. Dive recorder. We are doing the artificers a favor. Despite all their abilities, they couldn't manifest this kind of planetary change. Despite the cave-in, this console is surprisingly pristine. A cup sitting beside the monitor. It was placed decades before. She said scan that all that we could, but I don't think there's anything else. At least in this control room. This is why no one escaped. The tunnel is sealed. I don't even think we have enough resources for this. Actually, we're doing all right. I'm glad I brought something with me in my confusion. The sealed at both ends, this quarter is pristinely preserved. Bicol decades still visible on the gleaming walls. Security seal. The second one locks the other end. No one would escape. And ignite. Breaking down walls. Taking names and writing them down weeks and weeks later to read them to remind myself what happened. There is a concealed tunnel that leads out into a small shelf overlooking the rift. Northern rift, back in the open water. The current at this end of the rift softly pushes against the suit. Above the steep rift wall meets the shelf of the bloom. And we're back up. The north green clouds rise up, the familiar sight of the bloom that surrounds the shelf and facility below it. Behind the pillars, the reef's strong currents are lessened, makes a small sheltered stretch of water on the side of the rift. Oh wow, is this where I was a while ago? Trying to get past this? Less dramatically shattered than the central reef, the northern shelf slopes gently through the layers of sediment. When I was trying to get past this thing. The bloom's edge, sheltering pillar, I think this heads to the east. The east. Very, vague. I don't have any plans to get me out of here. But I've definitely been here before. Sneaky, sneaky. Should I just get myself back to the base? I think so. Online again. Good. We have a lot to talk about. I've been digging through what we discovered at the facility. What they did there, it's terrible. They could have wiped out our life on this planet. Baikal should have known better than to mess with the entire planet's ecosystem. The failure of the facility was catastrophic. The bloom dominated half of the planet. As far as I can tell, it wiped out the artificers. Think about those skeletons in the bloom. But the rest of the planetary ecosystem reacted somehow. It resisted, pushed the bloom back. Based on what we found at Site 1, the artificers must have a role in this, their final act. An attempt to prepare this world for the catastrophe Baikal unleashed. They died for this planet, and you are all that survives of them. Well, perhaps not at all. I keep seeing the same thing mentioned in the data, the same term appearing in fragments, the Oceanic mind. As far as Baikal were concerned, you were just the beginning, the first mind. The artificers were the key, inscrutable creatures with a quiet power, able to simulate, predict, and then able to change. They could rewrite life itself. For Baikal, the opposite. Opportunity this provided was clear. While the artificers were like gardeners, caretakers of the world, Baikal imagined something else. The Oceanic mind providing total control of the ecosystem, able to enact at their will. That's what they were building when the colony collapsed, and it is still out there. The deep, powered by heat of hydrothermal vents, the Oceanic mind sleeps. I want to see it for myself. I have to know how this all ended. I've marked the approximate positions on the map. Way out to the north, deep in the abyss. Let me know when you are ready to see this through, because I will definitely die out there. Okay, let's take a look. I have my notes here. Maybe for you it was just a couple episodes ago. But Constantine was a biologist that rewrote RNA and DNA. So that makes sense because they wanted to have this bloom, change the ecosystem. Yeah, I think it's interesting that they called it the bloom as this force that's taking over. I think, don't they have those kind of algae blooms where because of all the nitrogen from like fertilizers and stuff, you end up with a ton of algae in lakes, which seems like super good idea until they all die and release a ton of CO2. That sounds like something that we would do, where we wanted to introduce this really great chemical and we think it'll be incredible because it'll solve problems or change the way the world works, make better food. But in the end, it ends up creating more destruction than it was actually worth in its life. These artificers, which they think I am, seems to be part of the final act. Maybe a bunch survived, a bunch more than we know. Ellery Vaz. I was born on Earth, born in the city of Ponta Delgada, out in the Atlantic among the turquoise waters and green slopes of the Azores. Don't know where that is. My father was studying the dying waters, chasing the last known pod of sperm whales to record a final fading image of their impossible spatial language before it was lost forever. My mother was a journalist writing a book on citizen scientists that never found a publisher. We lived there and all along the Atlantic coast of Europe for almost a decade before life became impossible. The storms tearing into the tidal walls, flooding city after city, clothes twisted in foaming waters, we joined the latest wave of refugees, found ourselves beside the Thames, resettled in London, which is a crazy place that you would... I'm not sure how high above water it is, but it's an island. From that privileged viewpoint, I watched our oceans die, and then my parents too. And at some point, once I'd left that sad gray planet behind on a string of bicolor contracts, I forgot that turquoise water ever existed. You were born here, and maybe here things can be different. Yeah, I guess that's where we're heading with global warming. Can feel it these summer days. All right, next time, let's see, let's take a look. When they said far out north, oh, they really meant it. The deep vents, we're coming for you. So I just took a really quick break before continuing, and I almost overwrote everything for this save file. I am so relieved. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm super relieved. It's a linear enough game, but boy. We are almost at the hydrothermal vents, 3 kilometers down. This has got to be close to the suit's range. I can hear the plates creak. Somehow, we are maintaining 1 atmosphere of pressure inside the hard suit. If we make it back up, we'll be setting a first strong record for deep dives in Gliese. There's nothing in the water column here, no life to speak of, but the oceanic mine should be somewhere ahead. That's our target. Whatever monster Baikal left for us, I'm ready. Let's find it. I'm quite sure that we're gonna end up dying from me just talking. Layered with wispy fog, the oceanic ooze, the darkness of the plain is absolute. Very dark. Metal sediments, streaks of iron ore have accrued across the seafloor, the mark nearby hydrothermal vents. I don't think I brought anything with me. So if we need anything, there's not enough oxygen down here to use the rebreather, so I'm on reserves. The survey data we pulled shows the vents running north from here along the ridge. Keep moving, we haven't got long. Edges of the volcanic rock poke through the sediment. You can see the metal ores. A soft drift of sediment flakes catches the suit's lamps, falling from the venting fluid as it spreads into the waters above. That looks nice, I think. Anhydrite chimney. Black plumes of fluid rise from crystalline chimney, discolored with yellow sulfur streaks. Okay, sulfur doesn't sound great. Incredible, look at these things. I remember reading about the discovery of hydrothermal vents on Earth centuries ago. Donley, Corliss, and Van Andel, 3 geologists, they never expected to find life in that internal darkness. And yet there it was, whole ecosystems we never knew were there, totally independent of the sun's light. They were imagined to be models of alien ecosystems, life in its most extreme forms. But until this planet that proved to be false to all of humanity, the universe was dead. Damn Baikal for keeping this place from us, for keeping humanity in the dark. Tuck sand, bone plates, sand mounds surround the chimney like great piles of cremation ash. Chimney cluster, towering pale spires shimmer in the intense heat of vents. The chemicals are pumped into water and deep within the planet. It's super pretty. Black plumes rich in minerals, the black plumes of vents tower over us, fading into the black of the ocean above. Anhydrite sprites. The overhang shimmers with transparent gases reflected in twisted shapes of strange dead creatures in the spire's base. Okay, I need to pause because I definitely think they're rushing. I feel rushed. Either way, I've been reading Mistborn recently, the series, the trilogy, and this whole setting of it being ash covered with plumes of sulfur just hanging around, kind of like mist. Oh, it feels like a weird collide of entertainment. Anyway, and the spire. I don't understand. Where is the life? The ecosystem is totally barren. All these minerals, nutrients, heat, and nothing feeding off of it. How could it be? Could it just be this vent? Let's keep looking. There's a broken chimney. Rubble-sealed chimney lies ahead. The hydrothermal fluids seek other exits and forming new vents. Pillow lava. Mounds of gray rocks sit in a bed of pale tack sand, evidence of ancient volcanic processes. Oh, we're at pi. Well, almost pi. Cooler water. The intense heat of the vents quickly fades off as it mixes with the cold sea water. Another vent is beginning to form there. Anhydrite is gathering, and out of sight of the vents hidden in the dark, the heavy silence of the seafloor returns. Eons of sediment blankets and seafloor are pale and empty. Super dead. Nothing around. The artificial mind Akari was building down here. What was the end goal? Was Baikal hoping to control this whole ecosystem? An entire planetary agriculture attuned, oh geez, to feed their needs. An ecology manipulated by possibility of genetic rewriting. A power stolen from the artificers. An enslaved planet, like Earth. Now I know why Minae was secretive. She knew that if they found this place again, that would be it for life here. Vent debris. Strange tiered and curved rocks sit around, distorted by tectonic processes, stained with mineral growth. Chimney cluster. The surface around the vent are thick with sediment, absent of life. Even the ubiquitous bacterial mats are nowhere to be seen. Another barren vent. This place has been wiped clean. Something is wrong here. What did they do? Bubbles stream around the base of the vents. Gas bubbles out of the stream and cracks, forming pillars which glitter beautifully in the suit's lamps. Talc piles. The bleached sand is almost preservedly clean. No life has marked its surface in decades. Perversely. Mistborn's getting to me. Anhydrite sprite. Another spire sits at the edge of the cluster, filling with the water with blackened fluid like lightless bonfire. Calcified corpses. Here, away from the vent piles, and piles of distorted corpses lie, their horrled bones dusted with pale sediment. Oh God, look at these creatures. The bodies, it looks like progressive ossification. The muscles have become bone. Their mutations are extreme, like cancerous growths. There's no structure to their anatomy. The mind, is this what it made? These senseless monstrosities? Corpse piles, more of them. Radial piles of long dead creatures frozen in crippled states of deformation scars on the sea floor. Biological matter. The corpses become masses of undifferentiated matter with the occasional shape of a bone or shell-like tooth growing inside of a tumor. Look at that. Shattered dome. A vast organic sphere towers over the corpses, its ornate geodisc patterns mirroring those of artificers. The mind. It's huge. But it's Silent. It's been silent for decades. This is no cradle of life. It's a grave. Did they fail? Is that all that's left? A broken mine lying in a bed of corpses. They had no idea what they were doing. The arrogance of all of this. A whole ecosystem boiled down to nothing. The artificers lost to us. These are Baikal's crimes. Akari's crimes. What a waste. There's nothing left. We should look inside. Oceanic mine, the vast ornate structures grown in the Baikal lab, sits broken and dead on the seafloor. Its interior is a dark cavern. Down we go, pushing the depths of the suit. Down further. Whoa. I thought I was gonna die before. I might have a scripted death. Ooh, we go into the bottom. Mine's heart. Deep inside the oceanic mine, something flickers in the ruins. Oh. Is that an artificer? It survived, or it was born here? Does that mean there are more? It looks dormant. Is it even alive? Wait. Do you hear that? It's singing. I can feel... It knows. It knows what we are. And it is afraid. I understand why. Look what humans did here. I'm sorry. Wait. No. Come back. It's gone. We should be going to. We're running down our oxygen. It's a long way back up. Come on. There's nothing left for us to see here. It is gone. Up we go. Not quite at the suit limits. Ooh, you can hear a faint heartbeat. Oh, creepy. Was that doing that on the way down? I don't think it was. I'll give it a couple steps before. Okay, time to go. I'm beginning the ascent. So they are still out there, the artificers. This is their planet, and we owe them so much. I suppose it's your planet too, with the mind being a failure, the colony destroyed. You are its last artifact, born here, and now this is my home too. Mine and Minae's. There's so much left for me to do, so much to study, to understand. Our history here, it's ugly. It's something I don't want to be part of. But this planet's future, maybe we can have a part in that. Minae gave everything for the truth. Some residual part of the artificers changed her, but I hope she knows that she succeeded. This place is no longer a secret, no longer by calls to control. Thank you, Minae. And thank you, too, for staying with me and for guiding me. Together, I think we can make a change. Show humanity Baikal's crimes. Make them accountable. We should both carry burdens here, but the past doesn't define us. Life continues here, despite everything that happened. I can find comfort in that. I think I'm gonna stay. I don't have anything left out here, but here I have Minae. I have you. And I have a purpose. Someone needs to swim these waters to catalog this world. When I was little, I swam every day. I'd walk down to the ocean and step into it with a thought. Lost that, degree by degree, as Earth's oceans died. But here things can be like that once again. These waters can wash all the old ways away. And together, we will see what's left when we do. Oh, wow. That's it. Oh, I will cut this into the other one. I was so close to the end and didn't even know it. The map looks so big. Yeah. It's pretty good. I can't believe I took such a long break right before hitting this center ending part. But overall, I liked going through the ocean. I think overall, the controls were a little rough, but all in all, it was nice. Felt a little rushed at times, but it made things feel frantic and real. And the whole lesson, I think, is that we don't get a second chance like Ellery and Minae. Like, we've got this planet, let's not mess it up, you know? But alas, yeah, it's easier said than done, but I enjoyed the little bio bits of it and kind of like poking around. I know that these guys have a new game, the Citizen Sleeper. I wonder if it's anything like this. It has dice involved. I heard it's also kind of slow paced, but maybe has a little bit more decisions involved, opposed to a little bit more of like a linear story. But either way, I'll let these credits run through. Everyone here deserves to have their name shown at the end of a Let's Play. So if you want to click off, go ahead. But I really did enjoy playing this whole thing. And I'm not sure what the next game will be. I'm thinking maybe I'll do some more Twitch streams randomly, maybe. Clearly, I took a massive break because I kind of like bundle record all of it. So when I have spurts and time for it, I'll sit down and record a bunch. But that means that there goes through a big section where I don't really play as often and record as often. So I was thinking maybe if I can try Twitch again, it wouldn't be too bad. Wow, we're back, actually. You've been out a while, as usual. I've been thinking we maybe got a week before someone turns up here. What? Could be Baikal chasing down the transmission signature of the base. It could be someone else entirely passing through the system, picking up my shuttle responder. Whoever it is, we need to be ready. I want to log everything we can, every species, every sample. I want a wealth of data to show the inhabited system to the off-world colonies to Earth. They won't erase us. They won't erase this place. We are going to show it to everyone together. So let's start studying the whole ocean. Go at it. And just a few weeks to do it. Okay. I'm ready. Choose our next dive. Oh wow, we have a last log. Here I am talking about what we're gonna do on Twitch. Didn't realize we weren't done. Now the real work begins. Whatever was left of the Oceanic mind, it is dead. Another failed experiment, another biological atrocity to add to humanity's list. But I don't want to let it define us and our role on this planet. We can't start fresh, I know that, but the artificers are still here, and that means we can reach them. I want to show them we are curious, we are kind, and we are able to live alongside them. There's still so much left to study here, so many questions to answer, but I'm not scared anymore. I'm excited to see what we can achieve in the time we have. People will come here soon enough, and when they do, I want to show them what we have found. The evidence of Baikal's crimes and what we need to protect. If people can see this place for what it is, a second chance, then maybe they will want to protect it too. That's what my father believed, and my mother believed. That if people could understand what they were losing, they would want to save it. Let's get to work. The comm signal is broken. I don't think we got any other samples when we were out and about. And it looks like I've at least skimmed through those. This leaves me in a a spot, I guess. I really thought that this was over, but it looks like there's an ending if you can gather all of the samples. It doesn't look like too much. Maybe I'll sit on stream and collect the rest of these. Maybe I'll do it pre-recorded, kind of like this whole series has been, just to keep it kind of consistent before we go off into whatever territory the next game will be. But we'll see, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be a video coming up next Monday. Sorry about the wait on this one, but you know, it happens sometimes. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the series with me. Hope to see you in the next one.